Well, I've gotten quite a bit done that I was hoping to. I still have to get this area and then the barn cleaned off here. I'm hoping to have that done by the end of the day today. But I did get a tarp put up on the boys here so they'll not pee on the side of the hut here and on the rest of the barn. And then I got this so they can't see each other, and then the wind blowing from that direction. And I'm not too worried about like anything else with the boys or anything. I got another one and sat that down inside it and filled it up with rocks. And they tend to eat a little better off of it since it's a little higher up. Little Gracie, she kind of knows where it's at. She keeps going to that bucket instead, but it is what it is. So she is eating, so that's all that matters. I feel a little sprinkle on my face. It says that we got 13% chance. I mean, it looks like it's gonna rain, but I just think the clouds are coming in, which is okay. I did get the greenhouse taken out. It was pretty roughed up, bunch of holes in the plastic, all kinds of, just the metal was destroyed. So what I did is I cleaned everything that I could clean, got it all organized the best as I could. These I'm going to take into the barn. These are the only 2 pots that I think are still good. I haven't seen the bottoms of them, but I filled them up with the soil from the other pots that were ripped out. I've got strawberries. I thought I seen strawberries somewhere on the ground here, right there. I want to rake this all out still, which I am going to do. Then I decided that I was going to go ahead and plant these. This is a cherry. I can't ever remember what it's called. Right there. A hacking cherry. I'm going to put that one. And then my 2 blueberry, or 3 blueberries. I'm not sure which there is. I think there's 3. My 3 fig trees. And then these are my 4 lilac trees. But all my fruit stuff, small fruit anyways, I'm going to actually plant back here in this little area right here. This is my my garden tool bucket. That's the only thing I can't fit in there, and I don't want water getting in it. I'm going to continue working on I'm going to get these pulled out. I want to transplant these over here also, but with these in the ground. This is my blackberry bush and then my raspberry bush, and I want to get 1 more of each so we have 2, so I can utilize these beds more for what I want. And then I'm going to have one of my new beds go right here, and then I'm thinking of just going ahead and run some this way, just like I have them going this way, kind of like in the same vicinity as what those are. And if my husband can get this cherry tree down, I want to be able to take my fruit trees that are down there and move them up here so that they're here for now, so the deer will stop eating them. I'm not saying we're going to get fruit off of them, but at least I know they could be in the garden area. That's what I'm hoping for, and we'll see. Between that and then he's got a couple trees I want him to cut down in there so he can get that graded off, so I can get the rabbits moved too. We've got a lot going on here in the homestead. And then he wants to start working, you know, back here, getting this all cleaned up and start laying trees down so we can get that area for the horses started. But we're looking at probably a year to 2 years before that's finished. So it's going to take a while, especially when it's just the 2 of us, and then my cousin's coming to help too, but he can only help when he's available because he is a caretaker for my aunt. So with that being said, I'm going to keep at it. but I wanted to show you guys what I got done so far and what's here, and then once I get more done, I will video some more so you guys can see what I have done. And then after I get everybody planted, I got some organic fruit fertilizer that I'm going to put down on them too to try to help. And then I'm going to get some rabbit manure, and that I got to get some logs to try to fill in my beds, and then the rest with rabbit manure and whatever else manure I can get in there to make some dirt, soil, and we'll just go from there. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys soon. It's the wind's picked up, but we were supposed to be getting that winds coming in as of tomorrow on Thursday the 20th. So I'm filling their tank up. I topped off my rabbit water because they needed it. The goats didn't need no water. Jill and Diamond didn't need water, and neither did Captain and Meg. I could worry about them on another day. But I did get the chickens all watered back up. Here's my garden boxes. I haven't even started on them yet. I did get all my fruit stuff planted though. All my fruit trees. I got all them planted down there in the garden for right now. My figs, my blueberries, my Hankin cherry plant, which is a sour cherry, which I specifically got that for Billy. It's just a little patio pot cherry, but I went ahead and put it in the ground. It's got a nice root system on it. Two of my blueberry plants that I got from Family Farm and Home, they're still like in the thing that I actually bought them in, like form. They don't have no extended roots from after a year sitting in there. So that's kind of a disappointment. But my Stark Brothers blueberry plant, it had a really nice root system on it. And this one little lilac here is already budding. This one's got a bud on it. And this one is budding also, and this one is budding also. So all my lilacs are good to go. These were what my blueberries and that Hacking cherry was in, and I put them over here. These are my figs. I planted right there and over there, 2 feet apart, and then this one right here is in the middle of these two. Then that's a blueberry. This is the Stark Bros blueberry, which looks beautiful. And that's a store-bought blueberry. And then this one had a really nice root system on it, which is that cherry. And my plan is to take these two out, and I'm going to run them. I'd like to run them this way, I think. I don't know if I have enough space here to do it, but this is why I want my husband to come in here. Yeah, he knows that tree's going to have to come down eventually. Because if it were to fall, it's going to crush right in the horse pen or into my garden, however you want to look at it, when the horses are gone. But I wanted them to come back here and kind of from that stump, kind of go around that, I guess, and over and grade this off for me so I can kind of extend my garden this way. I kind of have an idea. Oh, and look, I got onions that came back up that I didn't pull up last year, so I'm going to let them do their thing for sure. And you could see where they got a little bit of frostbite on them, but they're still going. So this I'm going to make my onion bed. The next one I put here, I'm going to make as my garlic bed. Yeah, it's a little late to plant garlic, but I'm okay with that. I got some elephant ear garlic in the house, so I want to get that planted. This is my my asparagus bed. And when I finally finish and get it all out here, I'm actually going to take the plant roots that I have in here from these established asparagus, and I'm going to make me probably a 25-foot by 10-foot wide asparagus patch, because I love asparagus. Billy likes asparagus. We eat it as it comes up. So this bed I want to amend. This one I want to amend. This is what I've always grown tomatoes in, and I'm not growing tomatoes this year just because I can't eat them unless I want to de-seed them and take the skins off of them, and I don't really want to go about doing that. So these two beds are going to be something, whether it be full carrots, full broccoli, full cauliflower, whatever it might be. And then, like I said, this right here is a herb bed. I want a garlic, onion, and then I still have enough to do a tea herb bed is what I would like to do. And then I would really like to pull my strawberries up that I've got going. This is my mother bed. This is the bed where I pull all my, usually my starts off of. Like I got some down here. I never even pulled starts off of this last year, I don't believe. I did the year before, and that's what those are from. And they gave me strawberries, but those are for my mother-in-law's, and then my sister and my sister-in-law is what I'm giving them for Mother's Day. So I've got this one that I started from, starts off of my mother's too, and I can see that there's some down here that actually came down. So what I want to do is take one of my 6-foot beds, and I want to make me a designated strawberry bed for it somewhere over here, because like I know I want to put one right here, and that would be great. I could possibly run some this way right through here now that this stuff will all be gone. I could do that too, but when it comes down to trying to move those and actually grow more stuff behind that, I'm kind of in a predicament where I'm not sure I have enough space. And with this being open here for the greenhouse, I'm thinking, well, why couldn't we just, you know, kind of take off this chunk right here. The chickens keep flying in and out of there. Take off this chunk right here and flatten it, and then I can use that space too to add a few more beds to it. Those beds that I got from Amazon, which are the same thing as these, they were on sale for $20.90, but the shipping on them, 4 of them that we bought, was just over $100, but we had to pay almost $60 in shipping because they're so heavy. But Billy said, well, that's normal. So I thought, okay. But what I would really like to do is, if they were still on sale, is to get, I would like to get myself 4 more. And then I would like to get 1 or 2 each for my mother-in-law and for my mom. And then they could plant their veggies in them too. I know my mother-in-law could really use a raised bed because she's got so many rodents that tend to eat and even crawl up in her little pots that she uses to grow in and just destroys her stuff. So I went ahead and topped everybody's water off, and Mr. Lee, he keeps dumping it. I'm getting a little sick and tired of having to run back here and fill him up again, but he's a proven buck. So, and he has really nice kids, so we're gonna see what he actually becomes for, like, kit wise. That's his sire right here. That's Samson. Samson is his sire, and he was out of my doe bell here. Hi, babies. Look at the little black one. Hi. Hello, how are you? Yes. Look at the babies eating some hay. Look at your little bellies. Yeah. This is a litter that will not bloat because she's never had any bloated babies. This is from my princess line. And that line, they don't bloat either, thankfully. That's Princess right here. That is the mother to her. And this is the Darius daughter. I kind of explain this all the time, you know, every time I come through here, who's who, who's who. Man, I keep finding hair. That's because she's still pulling hair out, and I don't know why she's doing this, why she's pulling hair, but she is, because she never had no babies. You didn't have no babies, did you, girl? No, you did not, and you don't look pregnant, so I'm pretty sure. Right there, that's my blue diamond doe. I really like her. She's a great foster mama. There's my pumpkin doe. Yeah, so this is a bloated doe who's had bloated litters. This is out of a bloated litter, and I butchered her sister who had 6. This is Honey. What you doing, girl? You probably want pellets, don't you? Yeah, I can't give you no more. You only get a cup. That's it. And then this is her daughter, Majestic, or Magnificent, I should say. She had a nice set of babies. And another well, she's had bloated babies. She lost almost her whole litter. And we only butchered 3, I think, at 13 weeks, and they were tiny. And Mr. Chester, he is actually an Eli crossed with Honey. That's his mama right there. That's what she gave me, and I really was hoping he was a girl, but ended up being a boy. But I told myself it didn't matter because I'd keep him anyways, because he's gorgeous. He really is. He's nice looking. He's definitely not as thick looking as but he's older. He is a lot older than he is by probably a couple months. He thinks I'm going to put a doe in there with him. Not today, buddy. You already bred one, didn't you? Or tried to anyways. Yes, you did. You tried to. And thinking of that, I don't know if I should try to put Miss Lavender back in with him, because they did have 1 kit, but it died. 1, that's all she had. She's pretty on the heavy side. She needs to go on a diet, don't you, girl? Yes, you do. You need to go on a diet. But, oh, and there's my other beautiful doe, who's the sister to Princess. That's Orchid. And that's her birthday. And she's a great foster mom. And then Chloe, she had a litter. Oh, we already seen all that. Yeah. And then of course this doe here, she's only had, this is her 2nd litter. And I crossed her with my broken red buck. So we'll see if these babies end up bloating or not. Because I'm told that if you have a doe that bloats, her babies bloat, and you breed to a buck that has bloated, that their babies won't bloat. I don't know if that's true, but we're going to see. You guys already went through your 2. Yeah, they did. I can't give you no more. No. You're not supposed to get more. We can't afford it. My husband said it's 1 scoop per rabbit, 2 scoops per rabbit with babies. So, and babies that are eating, not like mama on. And my does tend to get too big anyways when I fill feeders. I mean, shoot, look at the size of these ladies. I mean, this girl, she just turned a year old. She's massive. Honey, you're just small, aren't you? And this is Honey's birthday. So she's gonna be 2 years old. And this is kind of the reason why I want to keep up on her. And she'll be a year old. Say just in 2 more days, Majestic, huh? My little broken steel, or she's not broken steel, but she's got some brokens. She's had, this is her 3rd litter, and she's an easy breeder. And then we got this blue doe there. So I think I'm going to grab her and put her in with Mr. It's a very close breeding, because she's out of Eli, he's out of Samson, he's out of Bell, and she is out of my blue diamond doe up there, which they're similar sisters. They just have different sires. Or they were same sires, different mothers or something. I don't know. They're very closely related. But since you got two different bucks coming out and then breeding them together, I don't know. We'll see what we get. So hold tight and let's see if they actually want to do anything. See, and this is the noise she makes even sometimes when I pet her. But she wasn't doing that. But you can see how big she is. She's pretty heavy. I mean, she almost looks like she's pregnant, but she's not. She had one baby already. Like, pretty early, actually. And I just... maybe she'll settle down and actually let him breed. She looks like she might with her tail up and everything, but I don't know. I mean, she did conceive with him, so I was hoping maybe they could do this again. She'd be a little more receptive to him, but she don't seem like she wants to. I'm gonna just stand here and see if she'll settle down with him or not. He's just like, man. I don't know why she's being like this, other than she's pretty heavy. She's 7 months old, so she's old enough to breed. But I don't know why she's not being receptive. Like I told her, she's got to be able to breed or I'm just going to butcher her. And she's got to show me she can take care of it. See? I don't know. She's like trying to tell him, like, look, boy, do your job. She looked like she was almost going to be submissive to him. Not yet, not yet. I told you gotta get bred, girl, or you're gonna get butchered. Yeah. I've been feeding you for 7 months and you've only gave me one kit and it died. And I know he can produce quite a bit because he's got a litter of 6 and he's got a litter of 10. I could do is just throw her in with every buck till she settles with somebody. Is what I could do. I'm not letting you out. You got to get bread. He's like, man, she's like hard to do. I could even try to put her in with Darius. You know, he's trying to lick her and stuff, calm her down a little bit. She's not lifting for him. He's trying to entice her to want to lift. She's like, no, not yet. Does anybody know why she does that? Why she's not wanting to lift? Is it because she's just overweight? Because he's not like being mean to her or nothing. I think I'm gonna like take her over maybe to try her with Champ, maybe. I think that's what I'll do. We'll see what we can get out of that. She don't want to lift for him. And Chester's like, give her to me, give her to me. So yeah, I'm gonna grab her. Maybe I'll put her in with him and see what we get. Mr. Chester's trying. He's like, I'll get her somehow. She got me all flipping wet. He's like, that's because she's scared. She's like terrified of these bucks. But look right there. That was a good connection. That was a very, very good connection. Even though she's scared crapless. But that's a good connection. He did a very, very good connection. I don't know why all the fur was everywhere, though. He's a little more of an aggressive breeder, I think. Now that I'm watching and everything, like, yeah, I definitely tell. Now, see, she's wanting to lift for him now. Get up there and do it again, boy. What are you just doing? Stop stomping. Get up there and do your job. He's like telling Mr. Lee there, I got her. I did it. Actually, this would be a nice... Oh. No, this is an inbreeding. These are two of the same sire, so these aren't to be kept just for pelts and meat. Are you gonna do anything anymore? I mean, come on. Let's see some action, boy. Mr. Lee's like, dang it. Get a little bit of rabbit action for the end of the video, we can say. Well, thank you guys for watching. At least we got a connection here, and I'm going to let him try to get her. I like to see at least 3 good connections, hookups. That way I know that at least they've had a good successful breeding. So I'm waiting to see 2 more from him, and then I'll put her back in there and mark her down and see if she don't give us some kits. But she's got to go on a diet for sure. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to all our viewers. Thank you to our members. And we will see everybody tomorrow. As always, God bless you.